and welcome to tonight's beer comparison. I've been debating whether or not I should do these comparison things. They're kind of weak compared to my reviews, but it's still a little fun. Plus, I don't have much other content to sort of deliver right now. So, beer comparisons it is. What we will be comparing today are two Vienna lagers. One, probably the most popular Vienna lager in America, and that is, of course, Sam Adams Boston Lager. And the autumn varietal, the Vienna style lager from Sierra Nevada. This is 4.9, this is 5.3 ABV. Generally, I like them in the sort of fluted lager style glasses, but I don't think it would be really fair to compare. I don't have two of those, and I don't think it would be really fair to compare them. I'd rather have something that's got a similar mouth in order to make a good comparison there. So I'm going to be going with just, craft glass and the no-nick. So let's go and pour these out, shall we? Kind of pouring vigorously so I can get as much head as possible. So this is the Boston Lager, this is the Vienna style. Color is pretty much the same. Head seems to be dissipating faster on the Vienna style rather than the Boston Lager. Boston Lager's got pretty good head retention. Since the head's disappearing, let's go and this one definitely has more of a malt profile to the nose, definitely is sweeter smelling. Very bready. This one, Boston Lager here, definitely stronger on the noble hop profile. Vienna, despite the sweetness in the nose, kind of dry breadiness, more crackery on the palate. And hop finish doesn't completely clear the palate. Boston Lager, slightly less sweet, as in the nose. In the finish, hops assert themselves a bit more. This one definitely is the drier of the two, by, I'd say, a margin of a degree or so. Not very noticeable. Both of them refreshing. This one's got a bit more of a body to it, just ever so much on the mouthfeel. Bit more of a lingering bitterness in Boston Lager. So, honestly, They're not very different. Wasn't expecting them to be very different because Vienna Lager, like most German beers, have pretty narrow style guidelines. So what can you say? Both well-crafted, refreshing beers to the style. This one, the Vienna, bit more malty. This one, the Boston Lager, on the drier, more hoppy side. Again, this is not by much, still very similar. This would be a good way to go and sort of test your palate. You can do like a blind testing with your friends, see if you can kind of identify it, since they are so close together. So, which one do I prefer? Honestly, I like them both. They're both so similar that I would resort to either of them. Obviously, you'd probably end up going with Boston Lager more often because Boston Lager is a year-round beer, and Boston Lager is the one craft beer that you can probably find just about anywhere in America. So what does this lesson show you? Well, pretty much that when you're dealing with fairly narrow style guidelines like the Vienna Lager, you're not going to get much varied interpretation as you would with, say, an IPA. There's, for example, those can be all over the place. You'll find all sorts of adjuncts added into them. You'll find very wide flavor profiles. Not so with these German styles. These German styles, pretty narrow. So, that's your lesson for today. I'm going to finish these beers and enjoy the rest of the night. Cheers.